Have you ever twisted your ankle while walking on an uneven surface, climbing the stairs, or simply stepping off a curb? For many older adults, a sprained ankle can feel like more than just a minor injury. It can suddenly make every step painful, limit your mobility, and even take away your confidence to walk freely again. I know how discouraging that can feel. You might find yourself asking, will I ever get back to walking normally? Or what if this happens again? The truth is, with the right approach, your ankle can heal stronger than before, and you can regain both your strength and stability. I am Dr. Linda Rose, and in today's video, I want to guide you through something very close to my heart, helping seniors recover from ankle sprains safely and effectively. As we grow older, our bodies need more gentle yet targeted care. A sprained ankle doesn't just affect your foot. It can impact your balance, your circulation, and even your independence. But here's the good news. You are not powerless. With the right exercises, done carefully and consistently, you can rebuild your ankle's flexibility, restore its strength, and regain your confidence to move with freedom. These are not complicated workouts. In fact, the 5 exercises I will share with you today are simple, safe, and specially chosen for older adults. You can do them right at home, and over time, you'll notice not only less pain but also better stability and balance. Before we get started, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell, so you never miss a simple, science-backed health tip, designed especially for older adults like you. If you find this video helpful, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. Your feedback is invaluable and helps me improve these videos for your benefit. Now, let's begin. Exercise 1. Gentle ankle circles. When you first sprain your ankle, it's tempting to keep it completely still out of fear that any movement might make things worse. I understand that instinct, but the truth is, gentle motion is one of the most important first steps toward healing. Let me explain why. When your ankle is injured, swelling and stiffness quickly set in. If you don't move the joint at all, the stiffness can become worse, the muscles around the ankle can weaken, and your recovery may take much longer. That's why the very first exercise I recommend to my patients is something incredibly simple: ankle circles. To begin, sit comfortably in a chair with your back supported and your feet flat on the ground. Slowly lift the injured leg so your foot is slightly off the floor. Now, very gently, start to rotate your ankle in a slow, smooth circle. Imagine you are drawing a circle in the air with your big toe. Move clockwise first, making about 10 slow circles, then switch to counterclockwise for another 10. This may feel a little tight at first, and that's normal, but it should never cause sharp pain. If you feel pain, make the circles smaller or rest before trying again. This simple motion has several benefits. First, it helps reduce stiffness by gently moving the joint through its natural range of motion. Second, it stimulates circulation, which is essential for healing because fresh blood carries nutrients that repair damaged tissues. Third, it begins to wake up the small stabilizing muscles in your ankle, which are often forgotten but play a key role in balance and stability. I often tell my patients to imagine this exercise as oiling the hinges of a rusty door. At first, the door creaks, and the movement feels limited. But with gentle repetition, the hinge loosens, the movement becomes smoother, and the door opens with ease. The same thing happens with your ankle. Over time, your circles will feel smoother and more comfortable. One common mistake I see is people rushing through the circles. Remember, speed is not the goal here. This is about quality, not quantity. Take your time. Breathe deeply as you move, and focus on the smoothness of the circle rather than how quickly you can complete it. Another mistake is forgetting both directions. Doing circles only one way doesn't fully activate the muscles around your ankle. Always remember to do clockwise and counterclockwise. Now you may be wondering, how often should I do ankle circles? My advice is to start with 2 to 3 sets a day. Each set can include 10 circles in each direction. As you feel stronger and more confident, you can increase the repetitions. But never push yourself to the point of pain. Gentle consistency is far more effective than aggressive overdoing. Some of my patients even like to do this exercise while watching television or sitting at the breakfast table. It doesn't require equipment, and you don't need a lot of space. That's what makes it so practical and senior-friendly. If you use a walker or cane, ankle circles are a wonderful way to prepare your foot and ankle for walking because they wake up the joint before you put weight on it. Another benefit that's often overlooked is how ankle circles connect to balance. You might think this exercise is only about flexibility, but in reality, the tiny stabilizing muscles you activate with these circles are the same ones that help prevent falls. And for older adults, preventing falls is just as important as healing from an ankle sprain. When your ankle feels steady and responsive, you'll notice greater confidence when stepping on uneven ground, climbing stairs, or even just walking around your home. I encourage you to treat ankle circles not as a chore, but as a little ritual of care for your body. Each circle is a message to your ankle saying, I believe in your healing, I'm giving you the movement you need, and I'm helping you recover. Over days and weeks, those small movements build into big improvements. So if you've sprained your ankle and you're feeling unsure of how to start, remember this. Healing begins with the simplest steps. Ankle circles are not flashy, but they are powerful. They remind your ankle that it is still capable, still flexible, and still strong. And with patience, your mobility will return. Exercise 2. Towel stretch for flexibility. Once the ankle starts to loosen a little with gentle movements like circles, the next step is to restore flexibility to the muscles and tendons that surround the joint. A sprained ankle doesn't just damage ligaments, it also tightens the muscles in your calf and foot. If those muscles stay tight, they pull on the ankle, limit your range of motion, and make it harder to walk without limping. That's why I teach my patients the towel stretch, one of the safest and most effective ways to gently lengthen the muscles and encourage proper healing. Here's how to do it. Sit comfortably on the floor or on a firm bed with your legs extended in front of you. Take a towel, a scarf, or even a belt, and loop it around the ball of your injured foot. Hold the ends of the towel in your hands. Slowly pull the towel toward you, bringing your toes closer to your body, while keeping your knee straight. You'll feel a gentle stretch along the back of your ankle and into your calf. Hold this stretch for about 15 to 20 seconds. Then relax. Repeat it 3 to 5 times, taking deep, calming breaths with each hold. Now you may be asking, why is this important? When your calf muscles are tight, every step you take puts more strain on your ankle joint. Imagine trying to walk while wearing shoes that are one size too small. Every step feels restricted, and you end up changing the way you move just to adapt. That's what happens when your ankle and calf muscles are stiff. The towel stretch releases that tension and allows your ankle to move more freely. One thing I always emphasize is that the stretch should never feel painful. You're aiming for a gentle pull, not a sharp discomfort. If you feel pain, ease off immediately. Healing comes from consistent, gentle progress, not from forcing the body to do more than it's ready for. Think of it as slowly encouraging your ankle to trust movement again, rather than demanding it. I've seen many seniors regain their ability to walk comfortably after just a few weeks of adding this stretch to their daily routine. One of my patients, a woman in her 70s, told me she thought she would never walk her dog again after a bad ankle sprain. But once she began these towel stretches, along with a few other exercises, she noticed her stride becoming smoother and her confidence returning. Within 2 months, she was back to her morning walks, and she said the biggest difference was simply that her ankle no longer felt like it was locked up. Another benefit of this exercise is circulation. When you stretch your calf and ankle, you're not only improving flexibility but also promoting blood flow. And for older adults, circulation is key. Good circulation brings oxygen and nutrients to the injured tissues, speeding up the repair process. It also helps prevent swelling from lingering in the joint. One common mistake people make with this stretch is bouncing the towel in and out quickly, almost like tugging. That actually irritates the tissues and can cause more harm than good. The key is slow, steady, and controlled. Imagine you are gradually coaxing the muscle to lengthen, not forcing it into submission. You can do this exercise once or twice a day. It pairs beautifully with ankle circles because the circles warm up the joint, while the towel stretch gently lengthens the tissues. Together, they create a solid foundation for the strengthening exercises that come later. As you perform this stretch, I want you to think about what flexibility really gives you. It's not just about being able to move your ankle. Flexibility is freedom. It's the freedom to step confidently onto the sidewalk, to walk in the garden, to climb a step without hesitation. Every gentle stretch you do is a small gift to your future self, the self that wants to keep moving, keep walking, and keep living life fully. So, don't underestimate this simple towel stretch. It's easy, it's safe, and it's incredibly effective. Over time, it can help you regain the natural glide in your steps and prevent your ankle from feeling stiff or unstable. This small daily act of care can make a world of difference in your recovery journey. Exercise 3. Heel raises for strength. After you've begun moving your ankle with circles and restored some flexibility with towel stretches, the next critical step in recovery is rebuilding strength. A sprained ankle doesn't just weaken the ligaments, it also causes the surrounding muscles to lose strength very quickly. Without strong muscles to support the joint, your ankle remains unstable, which increases the risk of another sprain. That's why heel raises are one of my favorite go-to exercises for older adults who are healing from an ankle injury. To begin, stand near a sturdy surface like a countertop, the back of a heavy chair, or even a wall for support. Place your feet hip-width apart, and gently shift your weight evenly across both feet. Slowly rise up onto the balls of your feet, lifting your heels off the ground. Hold this position for about 2 to 3 seconds, then lower your heels back down in a controlled way. Aim for 10 to 15 repetitions, resting as needed, and try to complete 2 or 3 sets. At first, you may want to place more weight on your uninjured foot, and that's perfectly fine. As your sprained ankle becomes stronger, you'll gradually be able to balance your weight more evenly between both feet. Eventually, you can challenge yourself by doing the heel raises with most of your weight on the recovering ankle, but don't rush this stage. Healing takes patience, and forcing the joint too soon can set you back. What makes heel raises so effective? This simple movement strengthens the calf muscles, which are essential for walking, climbing stairs, and maintaining balance. It also trains the Achilles tendon and the small stabilizing muscles around the ankle. Think of it this way. Your ankle is like the base of a tree. If the roots are weak, the tree wobbles in every gust of wind. Heel raises strengthen those roots, giving you a solid foundation every time you take a step. I remember working with a gentleman in his late 60s who came to me after his third ankle sprain in 2 years. He admitted he avoided strengthening exercises because he thought walking around the house was enough to keep his legs strong. But after just a few weeks of consistent heel raises, along with the other exercises we're discussing, he noticed a remarkable difference. He told me his ankle felt more secure, and he no longer had that wobbly sensation when stepping off curbs. This gave him the confidence to return to his favorite activity, gardening, without fear of stumbling. Another benefit of heel raises is their impact on circulation and joint nutrition. When you rise onto your toes, you activate the calf muscle pump, which pushes blood back up toward your heart. For seniors, this is particularly valuable because circulation tends to slow with age. Better circulation means less swelling, faster healing, and more energy in your legs. Of course, I want to stress safety here. Always use support when you begin this exercise. Holding onto a countertop or chair is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of wisdom. The goal is to strengthen your ankle, not to test your balance recklessly. Over time, as your ankle heals and your confidence grows, you may find you need less support, but in the early stages, stability is key. You may also notice a gentle burning sensation in your calves as you repeat this exercise. That's actually a good sign. It means your muscles are working. But if you feel sharp pain in your ankle, stop immediately and rest. Healing exercises should challenge you but never injure you. Here's a little tip to make heel raises part of your daily routine. Do them while brushing your teeth or waiting for the kettle to boil. These everyday moments are perfect opportunities to sneak in a set or two. Over weeks, the consistency adds up, and your ankle becomes noticeably stronger. Heel raises may seem simple, but they are powerful. They transform your ankle from a vulnerable, shaky joint into a strong, stable base you can trust. For older adults, this strength translates directly into independence. The ability to walk safely, climb stairs with ease, and move through life with confidence. So, as you rise up on your toes and slowly lower back down, remember this: each repetition is a step toward freedom. You're not just rebuilding muscle, you're reclaiming your balance, your stability, and your peace of mind. Exercise 4. Side-to-side ankle movements with resistance band. Now that your ankle has begun to regain flexibility and strength from the first 3 exercises, it's time to focus on stability. Stability is what prevents future injuries. A sprained ankle often weakens the ligaments on the outside of the foot, leaving your ankle prone to rolling outward again. To protect against this, we need to strengthen the muscles that control side-to-side movement. One of the best ways to do this is with a resistance band exercise. Here's how to set it up. Sit comfortably on the floor or on a firm bed with your legs extended in front of you. Take a resistance band, or even a long elastic strap if that's what you have, and loop it around the ball of your injured foot. Anchor the other end of the band to a stable object, like the leg of a heavy table, or have a family member hold it for you. With your leg straight and heel resting on the floor, slowly push your foot outward against the resistance of the band, as if you're trying to move your pinky toe away from your body. Then return your foot back to the starting position with control. Repeat this 10 to 15 times, rest, and aim for 2 or 3 sets. This movement targets the peroneal muscles, tiny but powerful muscles on the outside of your lower leg that act like the bodyguards of your ankle. When these muscles are strong, they help prevent your foot from rolling outward, which is the exact motion that causes most sprains. It's like training your ankle with a safety net, so that next time you step on uneven ground, your muscles quickly step in to protect you. One of my patients, a man in his 70s who loved hiking, once told me that after his ankle sprain he was terrified of going back to the trails. He said, "Dr. Rose, I feel like my ankle could roll at any moment." I introduced him to resistance band exercises, and after a few weeks, he noticed his ankle responding more quickly on uneven surfaces. A few months later, he was back to his weekend hikes, more confident than before, because he knew his ankle was prepared to handle sudden twists. It's important to remember that control is everything in this exercise. Don't let the band snap your foot back quickly. Slowly returning to the starting point is just as valuable as pushing outward. That controlled return is where much of the strengthening happens. If the band feels too heavy, start with a lighter resistance. Even a thin band can be effective if used with good form. What I love about this exercise is that it doesn't just build strength, it trains your ankle to react quickly. As we age, our reflexes naturally slow down. But by strengthening these side-to-side movements, you're giving your ankle a better chance to react in time when you step on something uneven, like a crack in the sidewalk or a patch of grass in the yard. This is real, practical protection against future falls. Another tip: pair this with deep breathing. As you push your foot outward, inhale deeply. As you bring it back, exhale slowly. This rhythm not only calms your nervous system but also keeps you from rushing. Gentle, steady effort always brings the best results in healing. I often describe this exercise to my patients as teaching your ankle confidence. A sprain can make you feel like your joint can't be trusted, but every time you strengthen those stabilizers, you're building trust again. Over time, the hesitation fades, and simple movements like stepping off a curb or turning around quickly in the kitchen no longer feel risky. So, make this part of your daily or every other day routine. You don't need fancy equipment, just a band and a little bit of time. With consistency, these side-to-side resistance movements will protect your ankle, reduce your risk of re-injury, and give you the security you need to stay active. Every repetition is a reminder that your body is resilient, capable, and willing to heal. And by investing in these small exercises today, you're investing in your independence and mobility for years to come. Exercise 5. Balance training with single leg stands. The final step in rehabbing a sprained ankle is regaining your balance. You see, when you sprain your ankle, it doesn't just weaken the ligaments and muscles, it also disrupts something called proprioception. Proprioception is your body's natural sense of where your joints are in space. It's what allows you to place your foot confidently on the ground without looking at it every second. After a sprain, that sense gets a little fuzzy, which is why people often re-injure the same ankle. The best way to restore it is through balance training, and one of the simplest, yet most powerful exercises is the single leg stand. To do this, stand near a sturdy surface like a kitchen counter or the back of a heavy chair. Place both feet flat on the ground, then gently shift your weight onto the injured ankle. Lift your other foot slightly off the floor so you are balancing on the healing side. Hold this position for 10 to 15 seconds, or as long as you feel safe. Use your hands lightly on the counter for support if needed. As your balance improves, challenge yourself to hold longer, aiming for up to 30 seconds. Repeat this 2 to 3 times, once or twice a day. Now, you may wonder why this simple act of standing on one foot matters so much. The truth is, balance is one of the strongest predictors of independence as we age. When your ankle learns to stabilize your body in this controlled setting, it's better prepared to stabilize you in real life. Whether you're stepping off a curb, turning quickly in the kitchen, or walking across a grassy lawn. Each time you practice balancing, you are retraining your ankle and your brain to work together again. I once worked with a woman in her 70s who had given up her morning walks because she felt too unsteady after an ankle sprain. She described feeling like the ground was slipping away whenever she stood on one foot to put on her shoes. After several weeks of practicing single-leg stands near her kitchen counter, she regained not only her balance but also her confidence. I'll never forget her smile when she came to tell me she was back to walking her favorite path at the park. The beauty of this exercise is that it can grow with you. In the beginning, you may need to hold firmly onto the counter, and that's perfectly fine. As your stability improves, you can lighten your grip, then progress to just hovering your hand nearby. Eventually, you may be able to balance without support at all. For an extra challenge, you can even try closing your eyes briefly or standing on a softer surface, like a folded towel, to simulate uneven ground. But please, only do this once you are very comfortable and always with something sturdy within reach. Safety comes first. Another hidden benefit of balance training is the confidence it brings. A sprain often leaves older adults feeling fragile, afraid that any misstep could cause another injury. That fear alone can limit activity, which then weakens the body further. By practicing single-leg stands daily, you slowly replace that fear with assurance. Each second you stand tall on your healing ankle is proof that you are stronger than you think. Make this exercise a ritual. Try doing it while brushing your teeth, washing dishes, or waiting for the microwave. Those little everyday moments add up, and before long, your balance will feel noticeably steadier. Think of it this way. Your ankle is like a trusted friend. After a sprain, that trust feels shaken, but with every single leg stand, you rebuild it. Balance training is the final piece of the puzzle that not only helps you recover from your current injury, but also protects you from future falls. And protecting yourself from falls means protecting your independence, your freedom, and your ability to enjoy life fully. So, stand tall, stay safe, and give your ankle the gift of balance. It will reward you with strength, stability, and the confidence to keep moving forward. If you've stayed with me through these 5 exercises, I want to congratulate you. Healing from a sprained ankle can feel frustrating, but by taking these small, steady steps, ankle circles, towel stretches, heel raises, resistance band work, and balance training, you are giving your ankle the exact care it needs to recover fully. More importantly, you're showing yourself that healing is possible at any age. I want you to remember something. A sprain may feel like a setback, but it doesn't have to define your future. Each exercise you practice builds strength, stability, and confidence not just in your ankle, but in your whole self. Every gentle circle, every careful stretch, every second you stand tall on that ankle is a message to your body that says, I am resilient, I am healing, and I am moving forward. As we get older, our independence becomes one of our most precious treasures. Strong, stable ankles help protect that independence. They keep you walking freely, climbing stairs with ease, and enjoying the simple joys of life, whether it's gardening, playing with grandchildren, or taking a peaceful stroll outdoors. You've already begun investing in that independence by learning and practicing these exercises today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and share it with someone you know who may be struggling with an ankle injury. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell so you never miss a practical, science-backed health tip designed just for older adults like you. And if you'd like to continue your healing journey, I recommend watching my video on gentle leg exercises for better balance. It pairs perfectly with what we covered today. Stay strong, stay hopeful, and keep moving forward. I'm Dr. Linda Rose, and I'll see you in the next video.